The Walt Disney Company has long proclaimed that they are the leader in family entertainment, proudly touting their records at the box office to prove this point. But shortly after 2024's Inside Out 2 claimed the mantle of highest grossing animated film of all time at the worldwide box office, a new challenger from the Far East dethroned Disney. Let's talk about Beijing Inlight Pictures' Ni Za 2 and why it was ultimately a mistake for Bob Iger's Disney to partner so closely with China here on That Park Place. This next story is, it's very interesting because, Disney has been trying to, for lack of a better term, get in bed with this certain regime, and, maybe they were using Disney as a result. Here you go. Disney's Inside Out 2 dethroned as highest grossing animated movie of all time. This by Carolyn Reed. This is going to elicit much reaction right here. We'll lay the groundwork for our audience. Disney's Inside Out 2 lost its title as the highest grossing animated film of all time to a little known movie which played in less than a quarter of all theaters in North America, according to industry analyst Box Office Mojo. With total takings of $1.7 billion, Inside Out 2 made more money than any other movie last year and became the highest grossing animated film of all time. Remarkably, it didn't hold that latter record for very long. In just the past few weeks, Disney's blockbuster was knocked off the top spot by the most unlikely of rivals, Ni Za 2. The Chinese computer animated movie is made by publicly traded Beijing Inlight Media, played in just 945 theaters in North America when it opened in February compared to 4,400 for Inside Out 2. Based on the book inspired by Chinese mythology, Ni Za 2 tells the story of Ni Za, a demon child raised by humans who is hunting for a magical potion to reanimate his friend, the dragon prince Ao Bing, I believe, whose body has been destroyed by a lightning strike. The movie is a sequel to 2019's Ni Za, which by itself made an impressive $726.2 million at the box office and ended on a cliffhanger, increasing anticipation for a sequel. Thanks to gorgeous graphics, spellbinding battle scenes, and a hefty dose of symbolism, Chinese cinemagoers have streamed through the turnstiles in their millions to watch it. In February, Ni Za 2 overtook Inside Out 2 and since surged to a total of $1.9 billion at the box office, comfortably making it the highest grossing movie of the year so far. Despite all the hype surrounding a Minecraft movie, it has only made about a third of Ni Za's 2 tally. There you go. Culture. Do we believe the numbers coming out of China? One. But two, might there have been other influencing factors on this that maybe aren't included in this story?
I'm going to say all these people, and you too, can improve your social credit score by attending this brilliant piece of cinema. You can also rely on the fact that Chinese box office numbers have never been reliable. And just like their amazing growth of 5% during one of the worst economic periods in their history recently, you can't count on that. What you can count on is that this movie is very good. It's gotten a lot of good publicity. But to be fair, it's always got a little bit of that lovely propaganda. And it's definitely, like I said, a great way to, improve your social credit score with Dear Leader so that maybe you avoid jail when you, run a stop sign or something. So, yay.
Now, culture, you hit the nail on the head right there. It is... this is the movie that it's become something of like a national flashpoint of like patriotism for communist China, because like the government is pushing it really hard as well. It was the impetus of the Captain America 4 must die in China movement that kind of went nuts on Chinese social media, if such a thing can exist, where basically they were like, we're purposely going to not see Captain America 4 because Ni Za 2 has got to make more than it in China. That was like a big, huge thing. And you know what? And this is, it is, as much as, we can't really go by the Chinese numbers, there is a deliciousness to this that Disney bowed and scraped before the throne, and now President Pooh Bear no longer needs them. And has just not just cast them out, ate their lunch at the bog. Exactly. Here we go. Bob Iger shaking hands with the devil. It's just, it's the devil shaking hands with the devil. The devil and the super devil. You could decide which one is which.
Yes. I think there is a deliciousness here because for as hard as Bob Iger, let's say, shilled for China, right? As hard as he was trying to push the company towards that direction, get in bed with the Chinese government, push their products on them, and do all this stuff in order to get access to that amazing market that China has. China said, you know what? Thank you for showing us how to do things. We're going to do them our way. It's like,
well, we did a when they were threatening to, over the tariffs to ban American movies in their cinemas. We did Alan Ng of Film Threat. We did a report on his excellent research where he pointed out just how little the Chinese market actually gives to the box office nowadays. I mean, I think it made up for 5% of global box office dollars, and that's split between all studios, and they only get a fraction of what is made in China because the Chinese government gets most of it.
Yep. That's true. I mean, Alan Ng kind of revealed that not that long ago, and as he pointed out, and I'm going to tell you right now, they restrict the number of films that are released annually in China.
Yeah, so like 34, right?
Yeah. In 2012, though, it was only 20 Hollywood productions. So when you look at it, and these numbers have increased slightly, I mean, this is an issue in that there really isn't an open market. China is a closed market. They're not an open market system. They're trying to participate in global markets like they are, but they're not. They don't allow for certain goods and products to enter their markets. They don't allow for more than X number of films to be released. So, and that number obviously is going to go back down. Influence in the country cannot be levered in any way. And again, I mean, this thing from Alan Ng should tell you they made X percentage of the box office. It's not significant. Not only that, they lie all the time. I mean, you don't have to look that far back. Screen Rant has done articles on this, and there are no shills, for the good guys. They're shills for the bad guys, and you just go back to as far back as 2017, talking about Wolf Warrior 2 and how it became the largest film at that time. And again, there's incentive there to, avoid jail.
Well, it's like the biggest pro wrestling show of all time is a show that WCW and New Japan co-promoted called Collision in Korea. It was actually in North Korea, and it had I think there was something like 500,000 people attended that show. And it was because they were essentially marched into the stadium at gunpoint. So nobody really ever acknowledges that the show is actually the record holder, because it's you're being forced to go. It's not you're going because you want to.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. And this is not to take away from the quality of that specific film right here. I believe Boog with the 20 Mexican pesos, have you actually watched these movies? He's saying they're excellent, fantastic movie with amazing animation. Again, it's not speaking to the quality of this film. It's just the fact that it is coming out from the basically the Chinese government right here, and with numbers reported by the Chinese government, it presents a little doubt. And as Marvin very beautifully stated right there are other factors that may have gone into its success that maybe weren't privy to something like Inside Out 2, for example. That's kind of the crux behind the story. Go ahead.
And don't misunderstand our perspective here. The movie looks beautiful, so don't get me wrong. It certainly is deserving of being appreciated. That's not the point. But if you go back through the years, there's a lot of belief out there that China is as dishonest about its box office numbers as it is about everything else. CNN did a story in 2016, in March 21st of 2016, talking about the fabrication of 7,600 screenings for any given film that generated 32 million won in ticket sales. They are not honest. They're not transparent, so you don't actually know. The problem is that it's a barometer for the progress of the great leader and China as a world leader, for them to make up fake things. They do it across the board. Doesn't matter if it's a movie or anything else. Sorry, Marvin, go ahead.
You're telling me that 32 million men named Juan went and saw that movie?
No, Juan is their currency, dude.
So their currency are guys named Juan?
Apparently so. Yeah. At least it's
boy.
not Weigers. So let's not dive too deeply into that subject.
Yeah, let's keep it YouTube friendly, let's say.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.